Headline news most affecting Chilliwack this week. A conditional discharge for a COVID-related raging incident at a grocery store. What to do with stolen shopping carts? The onus is now on the owners. BC electoral boundaries now under the microscope, and football playoffs for the Grizzlies start in earnest. Josh will have more in sports. Our special guests this week include Steve Roukema with Restorative Justice and Jeff Webb with the Vineyard Community Center. All right, Chilliwack, let's get started. A man who assaulted two grocery store employees during a COVID-inspired meltdown last January has received a conditional discharge with 12 months probation. The Chilliwack Progress reporting that Gordon Grissick will not have a criminal record, but he will be required to write letters of apology to his victims, continue with anger management counseling, and perform community service. Grissick pleaded guilty to charges of assault causing bodily harm, and mischief of $5,000 or under. This in connection with an incident from January 28th, and that was all captured on social media. Downtown Chilliwack has recently been plagued with another round of window smash and grabs, but the WAC is not the only city affected. Last week, the Business Improvement Areas of BC issuing a press release calling on higher levels of government to do more help with the property crime epidemic. Now, in Chilliwack, there is a call for the city to allow roller shades. Currently, they are not allowed as they, quote, do not fit in with the overall look of the downtown business area, unquote. The deadline to provide input on proposed changes to BC's provincial electoral districts is coming up Tuesday, November the 22nd. Now, under the proposal, the riding of Chilliwack would become Chilliwack-Cultus Lake. The old Chilliwack-Kent would become Chilliwack North. If you want more information, local MLAs have the maps and the information if you want to see the proposals. Chilliwack City Council moving forward on a proposal to shop owners to be more proactive when it comes to shopping carts. This has been a major eyesore and a problem for many parts of the city and school property. It's expensive for the city to collect and return these carts. It's actually in the neighborhood of $50 a cart, which actually runs into a couple of $1,000s every month for city crews to pick up. And that's your tax dollars paying for this. The city wants to see ownership stickers and better anti-theft devices on those shopping carts. Next week is Restorative Justice Week, and part of that is Operation Red Nose, as well as some other programs. Steve Roukema is the Executive Director for Chilliwack Restorative Justice, and we'll have an update with him a little later on in the show. December the 3rd is coming fast, and that will bring the Rotary Christmas Parade back to the streets of Chilliwack. Jeff Webb with the Vineyard Community Center downtown is involved with this year's festivities. He'll have an update, and that'll be a little later in the show as well. Cyrus Center Chilliwack needs help to keep those in need, as well as young homeless people, bundled up from the elements. They are short on quality gloves, toques, and socks, as well as hand warmers, winter jackets and boots, even headlamps, travel-sized moisturizers, chapstick, and backpacks. If you can help in any capacity with these, you're asked to stop by Chilliwack's Cyrus Center downtown anytime. They do have a Facebook page for more information. He was a 16-year-old student who touched the lives of so many people, and even after his death, he was still helping people. There is a public celebration of life for Ethan Fleming coming up this Sunday at Evergreen Hall. The young man's brave fight with cancer showed his desire to live and get back to school. He wanted somebody to find a cure. Well, sadly, his body simply couldn't take it anymore. And even after his death, Ethan's organs were transplanted and helped a number of people. He also asked that his body be donated for cancer research to the BC Children's Hospital. His mom, Tana, is going to be at the Sunday celebration of life again, that Sunday afternoon at Evergreen. Classical music and Christmas go hand in hand. The Chilliwack Symphony Orchestra and Chorus and professional soloists are presenting Handel's Messiah, conducted by Paula DeWitt. That's Friday, December the 16th at the Chilliwack Cultural Center. And the Chilliwack Metropolitan Orchestra presenting 'Tis the Season, a traditional Christmas. That's December the 11th at the Salvation Army Church on Brooks. The annual Harrison Lights by the Lake returns this Saturday. It'll run until Sunday, January the 8th. It's a 2-kilometer stretch along the lakefront that's transformed into a dazzling winter wonderland. You can experience Harrison Village all dressed up in quaint holiday decor and see the light displays that highlight the legendary Sasquatch. Now, the promenade is fully paved, so that makes it wheelchair and stroller friendly. When you can get paid for your hobby, that's a good thing. Karsten Arnold is a local professional photographer, and he landed a plum job. Photograph and drone video the new Canadian Tire, one of the biggest in Canada. And the suits in Toronto loved his work, so if you want to, you can see the pictures and the video on his Facebook page, Karsten Arnold Photography. After the break, our interviews with Restorative Justice, an update on the Chilliwack Rotary Christmas Parade, and then Josh with sports. chillTV's News of the Week, and we are continuing with someone we haven't seen in a while, Steve Roukema, who's the Executive Director of Chilliwack Restorative Justice. Next week is Restorative Justice Week. What does that entail? And you've got a bunch of things happening with that. We do, yeah. Thanks, Don, for having me here today. And Restorative Justice Week is really to promote restorative justice nationwide. For Chilliwack specifically, we are, Starbucks is partnering with us all next week. Actually, this week, Monday to Friday from 2 to 3. So Starbucks on Yale and Edwards. Mm-hmm. There'll be an RCMP representative there and also a Chilliwack Restorative Justice representative there from 2 to 3. And we're there to answer questions about restorative justice because we're finding a lot of people don't know what restorative justice is. Which is the next question is, what is restorative justice? Mm-hmm. People think, well, do you go to the Chilliwack courthouse to find out, or what do you do? Right. So restorative justice is, so what we say is we engage with the community to repair and prevent harm and conflict through restorative circles and interactive teaching. So that's a bit of a mouthful, but really in the nutshell, the foundation of what restorative justice is it's a restorative alternative to the court system. So when we do restorative circle, when an offender is caught offending by the police have a few different options to provide to the offender, and one of them is an alternative measure, which is restorative justice. So then that means the offender does not go through the court system, they do not get a criminal record, they go through restorative justice and they resolve what happened, what took place. And hopefully with the victim as well when the victim's involved. So a voluntary process, they take responsibility for the offense, and then there's a resolution agreement made and signed, and hopefully they are pointed in a better direction where they're not living a life of crime. And lots of information on social media with website and Facebook and all that. Totally, yes. Great. Yeah, we have our website updated recently, and our social media is pretty active as well. Definitely, yeah. And that brings us to something we haven't done in a couple of years because of what we all went through with COVID. Operation Red Nose. Got to use the line. We've used it before. It's corny. It's the running of the noses. We had to go there. I actually haven't heard that. No, I've been using that on Fraser Valley News for the last few years, but there we go. This is a rim shot. But seriously, you guys need volunteers. We're gearing up. You need drivers, but you also need support staff for this. So who do you need? How many people? And you're working with Griffin Security, I think? So it's the headquarters is Griffin Security. So dispatch and all that will start and end at Griffin Security. Yeah, they're partnering with us and helping us with that piece. And we're doing our training and all that at Griffin Security. So yeah, we have 76 volunteers now that are committed.
We would like to have closer to 100 volunteers because, so the 25th is the first night of Operation Red Nose. For that weekend, we have enough volunteers, but for the following weekends, we need a few more to get committed to make it effective. So, looking for volunteers. We can, like you said, it's all on our website, But I want to also make sure that people know that Operation Red Nose, it's not, some people are like, oh, this is a Chilliwack idea thing. It's a nationwide. It's in over 100 cities throughout Canada. Started in Quebec in 1984, right? And the funds the host organizations are hosted by nonprofit organizations such as Chilliwack Restorative Justice. And the funds, so when people are donating towards Operation Red Nose, the funds are going towards our school restorative program, and for the restorative circle piece that deals with minors, because restorative justice nationwide deals with sports, minor education, and also youth sports. And our restorative schools program obviously is the education piece, right? So that's where our funding is going to. So we're doing a big push there. We're doing an Operation Red Nose campaign where I want to make sure people know that the funds that we're raising is not just for the operation of Operation Red Nose. It's to go to our program in the school. And
again, all over social media if you want to have all those questions answered. Steve Roukema, as always, a big thank you. We're all back on track, which is really great. And again, Operation Red Nose and Chilliwack Restorative Justice. Just have to do a quick Google search and you'll find it. Thanks again, Steve. Okay. And you're watching chillTV's News of the Week. chillTV's News of the Week continues in conversation with Jeff Webb of the Chilliwack Vineyard Community Center. And before we get into some of the nuts and bolts of what you're going to be doing with a certain Christmas parade, a little bit about the community center. What is that all about? A lot of people go down Wellington and go, what is that? What do you do?
Yeah, so we're at 45892 Wellington Ave, kind of right down in the heart in between the bowling alley and the Royal. So anytime that there's an event, the car show, the Pride Parade, Christmas parade, anything going on, we love to just open up the doors, have people in. We're also engaged with just trying to build bridges within the community. And so there's a lot of different businesses, there's a lot of different organizations, nonprofits and whatnot that use the building during the week. So we're just trying to build relationships and build these bridges with everybody and open up the space and say, you know what, how can we be a part of this community? We don't want to be a placeholder on Sunday mornings. We want to be a part of what's going on in the greater community. And that's kind of a bit of who we are and our heart behind it.
And the space is more than just, quote, a church. It's really cool. And that leads us into what's going to happen on December the 3rd on the Saturday afternoon at 5:30 with the Christmas parade. And you're opening the doors. And what can we expect?
Yeah, so we'll probably have the doors open around 4.
Okay.
We're going to have hot chocolate, apple cider, coffee, snacks. We always have Christmas movies playing. It's a warm space. So people can come in, they can warm up while it's sometimes pretty cold during the parade. So they can come in, they can warm up. There'll be stuff for the kids to do, coloring, and we will have Santa Claus. And a good friend of mine, he is going to be there. I'm pretty convinced that this might actually be the real Santa Claus.
Not a Santa's helper.
Not a Santa's helper.
But the real guy.
The real guy is going to be down there. Obviously, he's going to have to disappear right around the 5:30 mark so that we don't end up having a double up and messing the kids up. But it's going to be fun. Still, people can come down and get a picture of Santa with their own phones. So they can come in, sit with Santa. Their kids can come down. They get a picture with him. And that's all. And all this is all free of charge. So it's all just a way for us to try to get back to the community, continue building relationships, and it's just fun. It's a lot of fun. We always have a few hundred people that come through there on the Christmas parade, and it's a good time. So yeah, that's what we'll be doing December 3rd.
One thing I do have to add, I don't want to put you on the spot, but there are some people that allow pets with Santa and not. Are you allowed to do that?
Is it okay? Yeah, pets are allowed. We love pets.
Okay,
that's good.
Yeah, because I've been a Santa's helper before in a shopping mall, and that's always a ton of fun. How many people does it take to put something like this together? Because the planning, it's not just throw the doors open. You've got to do a little bit of planning before.
Yeah, you know what? We have just a community that's there, and everybody's more than willing to help out. So we typically have 10 people that are right involved, and it's amazing how much hot chocolate you can go through during an event like that, and having a kid
if it's really cool too,
keep it going. There's usually 5 to 10 of us down there that are kind of keeping the space going and keeping the bathrooms clean and cleaning up the spills and making sure nothing's going missing and all that kind of stuff. But it's just a fun time. So it's open to everybody.
Now, if people want to get more information on the space that is available for rent, social media, I'm sure you're all over it. Do you have a Facebook page, website? What do you have?
Yeah, Facebook, Instagram. We have a website, chilliwackvineyard.com, and email. Our emails are all on our website, so they can email me anytime and connect with me and figure out what will work.
And the guy's name is Jeff Webb. Jeff, again, a big thank you for coming down. And again, the Rotary Christmas Parade is coming up Saturday, December the 5th. We have a kind of a pre-game show, wink, wink, beforehand, and then at 5:30 we will be live streaming on chillTV the entire parade. Come down and join us, or watch us on the tube if you can. And again, that is Saturday, December the 3rd, right here on chillTV. You're watching chillTV's News of the Week.
How's it going, everyone? Josh here with you once again. We're back. It's sports. That's what we do here. I feel like I say that every week. Maybe I need a new intro. Leave your comments in this down below if you want me to have a new intro. Let's jump into sports for the week. Here we go. Football. The GW Graham Grizzlies. They had the weekend off. They earned a bye for the first week of the AAA BC High School football playoffs. Good job to them, but it's back to business as the senior varsity Grizzlies host the North Delta Sun Devils at 7 p.m. this Friday night at Exhibition Field. This is seniors night and the last home game of the year, because if the Grizzlies advance, it's off to BC Place for the rest of the playoffs. Good luck to the boys at GW. Huskers fans are just going to have to grin and bear it, but congratulations to the Okanagan Sun, the newly crowned national champions. The Sun won the Canadian Junior Football League Championship in Regina against the hometown Regina Thunder, 21-19, close game. Believe it or not, it's the third national title in the club's history, and the Sun had to come back from a 15-point deficit in the Saskatchewan Cold to win the title. The Chilliwack Giants 2023 spring tackle coaching application is open for Bantam and Midget. Interviews will be held December the 4th. Also, events for the 2023 season are already being posted on Giants' Facebook page, so follow along there for all the details. Now, if you're looking for a Grey Cup party and want to help out a nonprofit at the same time, there's going to be a Grey Cup party at the Chilliwack Vetter Legion on Vetter, just up from the All Sappers Memorial in Garrison on Sunday, November 20th. That's when the game is. That's Grey Cup Sunday. So go check that out if you're interested. The Chilliwack Basketball Club's winter break games and skills camp for boys and girls in grades 1 to 10 are coming up over the Christmas break from December 28th to 30th. All the details can be found at the Facebook page, so if you think your kid's the next Steph Curry, get them signed up. They're probably not, but you don't know until you try. The Chilliwack Chiefs have announced that they are going to be partnering with the Canucks Autism Network during the 2022-2023 BCHL regular season. The Chiefs and Canucks Autism Network will host a special Autism Acceptance Night on Sunday, February the 5th against the Alberni Valley Bulldogs. The Chiefs are currently working to ensure the game at the Coliseum will be autism accessible. That includes things like a quiet room and other things. So go to the Chiefs' social media for all the details on that. Finally, this Saturday, we're going to go back to football one more time here, is the BC Community Football Provincial Championship Finals. And the big games, plural, are being held this Saturday at Exhibition Field right here in Chilliwack. Featuring Adam's 6-man tackle, 9-man peewee, and 12-man junior bantam, it's a full day of championship football, all for just a $10 admission fee. So if you can't make it in person, all the games are going to be broadcast on the VBN Sports YouTube channel. So check it out either in person or online. After the break, let's see what Cari has in store for us with the weather.
chillTV weekend weather with Cari Morey. Now, Cari, the last time, well, this time last year, we were under that well, the throes of that atmospheric river. I like Pineapple Express, but we were dealing with flooding in the valley. Not so much 1 year later.
Don, we are looking at a mainly sunny Saturday with highs of 8 and lows to 3. Sunday, there will be a cloud cover with a very small chance of flurries. Sounds like a perfect day to stay inside, make chili, and watch the Grey Cup. The major ridge protecting us from the Pacific storms will be gone early next week, with rain forecasted for Monday, but nothing like last year. Back to you, Don.
Thanks, Cari. And if you'd like to participate in reporting news in Chilliwack and you have a story you think we should know about, you can always send us a note to news@chilltv.ca. We'd love to hear from you. That's the news this week. I'm Don Lehn.